What's up YouTube, it's Eli and we are back with another Luna video. I have made a few Luna videos on this channel and most of them so far has been focusing on the things that I don't like about Luna. But lately I have been using Luna more and the more I use it, the more I find myself gravitating towards making Luna my primary DAW. So I figured that every time I'm using it and something comes up that adds to the list of the things that wants me to make Luna my primary DAW, I should make a video as long as the time allows for it. So, which is why today we're here talking about Luna. This video is going to be fairly short, but I figured that it's only fair that I point out the things that Luna does that makes me want to use it as my primary DAW. Right. Before we get into this video, make sure to drop a like and comment down below to show your support to this channel. And if you're new, don't forget to hit on the subscribe button and turn on the notification for more videos like this. The feature we're going to be talking about today in this video is one of the features that I believe no other DAW actually does, and Luna is doing an amazing job at that. The only other DAW that I can think that has a feature that is similar to what Luna does but not quite the same is Studio One. And like I said, it's not quite the same. It is a powerful feature, and the way Studio One does it is great, but the way Luna does it I think is even better, especially for mixing engineers. Yes, pretty much every other DAW has a way of doing this feature that we're going to be talking about today, but the way Luna does it is just perfect for when you're mixing. It just allows you to do exactly what you want to do without having to take time away from the mixing process to do that thing and then come back to the mix, right? The way I know that every other DAW does it, at least for me, it's kind of like something that I would use during my setup process, not during the actual mixing process, right? But the way Luna does it, it works perfectly during the mixing process, and it's just amazing the way it works, right? So what is this feature that I'm talking about today? Right? So this feature is the spill feature from the master buses. Everybody has their way of mixing, and whatever works for you works for you. For me, I like to route all my liked instrument into a bus and control everything from there. Eventually, all those master buses gets fed to my mix bus, my 2-bus, as some people would call it. That has been my workflow since I started mixing in Studio One. When I moved over to Pro Tools, that followed me, and I make beats on Logic, and even there I still have that same setup. Even though I don't mix in Logic, I still have that same setup. So when I started using Luna, it wasn't even a question if I was gonna do that same setup in Luna, right? But the spill feature in Luna has made mixing in Luna so much better, right? Because with the spill feature in Luna, I can zone in to the actual section that I'm working on. So if I'm working on the drums, I can literally just focus on the drums by hiding everything else from my mixer and just show the drum tracks. Everything that has to do with the drums can be displayed on my mixer, and everything else is hidden, right? And that makes it even better because I am using the PreSonus FaderPort 8. Now I can literally focus in on the section that I need without having to bank over to that section to have it displayed on the FaderPort, right? If I select my drum bus right now, because of where my bank is on the FaderPort 8, it's showing on Fader 7, right? Now that's not a big deal because I can just bank over all the way to the start, and that brings all the drums into focus and to my FaderPort. Let's say right now I want to focus on my drums, but my FaderPort is not focused on the drum tracks. My FaderPort is like somewhere completely away from where my drums are, but I want to focus on the drums. Now, every other DAW that I've used and mixed on, I would have to bank over until I see all the drums show up on my FaderPort, and now I can start mixing on the drums. But in Luna, it doesn't matter where my FaderPort is focused in right now because that feature makes everything better. I could just select my drum bus and just hit spill, and that brings in focus all of my drum tracks. And the best part is it brings the focus to my fader port perfectly. So now if I want to solo my 808, yes, my 808 is part of my drum bus. Sue me. And so I solo my 808, it's there. If I want to solo my kick, it's there. If I want to solo my snares, they're right here. If I want to solo the hi-hat, it's right there. Right? Now, even better, if I want to solo my drums, the whole drum section is now soloed. All I got to do is just hit play. And all you hear is just the drums. Now I'm done. Let's say I'm done with the drums and I want to move on to the next section, which would be whatever next instrument that I have in line. So I would unsolo drums, cancel the spill, and now all my tracks are back. But my next section is keys. I would do the same thing. Spill, and it brings all the keys into focus. Since I only have 2 keys, all I have focused on my fader port is just those 2 channels, the bus and my master fader, right? So if I want to solo the keys, okay. Before we even get there, if I play, you hear everything. Now solo, all the keys, nothing else. Perfect. And I didn't even have to focus. Let's stop that. I didn't even have to bank over to the keys to make that happen. If I want to see all my buses, let's say I'm done with every section and I'm satisfied, everything is balanced, and I want to move on to mix everything together, all I got to do is go to my mix bus and spill what's feeding into my mix bus. Now, the only thing I have is just my buses in focus, not only on my mixer view, but also on my fader port view. Right, so I got drums. I can bring in the keys, guitars, and everything. How cool is that? It just makes mixing in Luna that much better. Every other DAW has that same feature right here, where you can just click on something and you hide it, right? That works on every other DAW, but when I'm mixing, I don't want to be doing this. Typically, I would want to work section by section, so I wouldn't want to be doing that one by one. I just want to focus on one section. So I go to drums, spill, bam, and focus. Now I can focus on just the drums. And if I don't want to hear something, I can mute it. Perfect. So that is one of the features that is making me wanting to use Luna more and more. All right, so that is it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, make sure to drop a like and comment down below to show your support to this channel. And if you're new, don't forget to hit on the subscribe button and turn on the notification for more videos like this. I'll see y'all next time in the next video.